Hey now friends, today we're going to be doing dip powder nails, something different than poly gel. And while I show you what's in this kit that we're going to be using today, I just want to say welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Kim. I've been a cosmetologist for 16 years, but not a nail tech. When poly gel and stuff came out, I had to get in on it, and I'm just another DIY nail person, you know? And I had trouble finding videos when I first started for things that I couldn't figure out myself or things I needed help with. So I thought I would go ahead, make my own channel, and hopefully be able to make some videos that help somebody else. So if that sounds good to you, if you're into that, please go ahead and hit subscribe. I'd love to have you here. So these products are from Double Dip Nails. This is not a kit. These are all separate items that you can buy on their website, which I have everything linked below. The company itself is operated by women and is based in the United States. The products are made in the United States and they are vegan and cruelty free. So that's a huge bonus. Also, these dip powders can be used just like straight up acrylic with, monomer. And just in case you weren't aware, no UV light is needed for dip powder nails. Everything you need is shown here. So I'm going to start off by filing my nails. I'm pulling out a new file. I love these with the curve because it's so much easier to get around the cuticle. So what I do when I pull out a new file every single time is go around these edges with an old file. That's called seasoning your file. That way you can avoid paper cuts and stuff on your cuticles. You don't want that. I'm just removing this nail polish that I have on here. I just had a top coat and base coat on. And then we're going to wipe that off with some alcohol. So for today's manicure, I decided to go with Hawaiian Surf. It was the pink one that had the really fine silver sparkles in it. So pretty. They're all so pretty though. And then I'm just going to prep everything, my table here, set everything I need out and where I need it to be. And then I'm going to size up some tips. By the way, these are some stiletto tips from Modelones. If you are someone who struggles to find larger tips for your thumb, this by far has the biggest sizes in it. If anything, you might need to file down the sizes to make them a little bit smaller, but they definitely have bigger sizes in here, which is really nice. After I've applied the nail tips, I'm going to cut them down to the approximate length that I want, a little bit longer maybe. And then I'm going to rough up that surface and try to blend in the seam just a little bit with my natural nail. After that, wiping the dust away again. Before I get started with the actual dipping process, I'm going to take the dip powder and just mix it up a bit. I just want to make sure that the glitter and everything is, well mixed. Well mixed, yeah. Moving right along, we are getting started by applying the base coat. And I want to say right now that this is something I really liked about this system. I've only tried a few dip powder systems in the past, but the reason why I didn't like them is because the base coat would just dry so fast, and I just didn't like it. But this system, the base coat, actually, I have time to work with it and, get it nice and even. I mean, of course, you can't just sit there for 2 minutes messing with it, but it's been the best that I've used so far. So I really like that. It goes on nice and even. I've got a minute, I just said all that. So you get my point, right? I like it. After the first dip, you want to wait 30 seconds and then you can brush it off. Was this my second? Yes, it was the second dip. Okay, you want to wait 30 seconds in between. And after you've done your second dip, you can then use the activator, which is going to make sure it's nice and hardened and cured, just like a monomer does to acrylic. It's the exact same thing. So, and here it wouldn't be me if I didn't forget to record something. I forgot to do the first coat, and I'm moving right into the second coat with this nail. I was just going to do these first two in real time to show you, how everything worked. how easy the base coat and everything was to work with and the amount of time that I had. But so we've done that. Now I'm going to go ahead and knock out these other 3 and we'll go from there. I just finished the first coat on these 3 nails and waited about 30 to 60 seconds, then brushed off the excess. Got a little bump on my thumb, but that's okay. We can file it off later. Before I do my second coat, I'm going to go ahead, just give it a good mix again, just to make sure everything's nice and even. We want the sparkles everywhere. And quick note here, I should have moved up from my cuticle when I did the second coat, but I didn't. I should have just, not went right on top of the cuticle area again, just so it wasn't as thick and bulky. But it's fine. Get rid of that in filing too, but it saves you some time in filing if you don't do it to begin with. And this is what the nails look like right after dipping, before filing or anything like that. And I already think it's pretty. I can't wait to get the top coat on and everything. The only problem is their structure. Obviously, we've got, this bulk around the cuticle and then these dips here in the middle of the nail. So in order to fix that, I'm going to go back in and build onto it just a bit. Before I do that, I'm going to take my trusty Melody Susie e-file. I love this thing, you guys. I've had it for 2 years and it's amazing. And these bits I found on Amazon. I'll link those below as well. You've got your ceramic bits and then you have the diamonds and then, a little brush to clean your bits out. I'm just going to use this safety bit to go around the cuticle of all my nails and get rid of that bulk before moving on and filling in that flattened out, dipped in surface of the rest of the nails. As you can see here, the cuticle's a lot better, but there's the dip, and my thumb is just flat as a pancake. I'm going to show you how we're going to fix that. As you see here, I went about halfway down the nail with the base coat. I maybe should have went just a tad further, but this worked out just fine. As you can see, it's already looking better. And this bit of a line back here on the nail there, that's no big deal at all. When you file the surface later, that'll blend right in. So as you can see after doing that, the nails already look better. Thumb's still a bit flat, but the rest of them are looking pretty good for their length. Would you look at the mess I'm making with this activator? I was going crazy with it earlier. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm in one of those moods again apparently. It's 5 in the morning, excuse me. I'm taking off the bulk now with my e-file. Don't forget, I'm working, I didn't even tell you, but you can maybe see, I'm working with my left hand, okay? So give me some room for error here. I just, it's what we're doing today, okay? After taking the bulk down with my e-file, I just did a little finish filing with my hand file, and this is where we are. I do want to go ahead and buff to make sure there's no scratches or anything like that left behind in my nails. And then one last wipe with alcohol before moving on to the top coat. This is one coat and they recommend two, but how glossy do they already look? And here is after 2 coats of the top coat, and I'm in love with it. Look at that glossy shine. And I wanted to show you a little bit on their site real quick. The dip powders, they have a ton. Look at this. I want to look at some glitter ones because I like glitter. Just thought we'd look through here real quick. They have so many different collections and shades and finishes. And then they also have extra things. They've actually got polygel as well. And they have decorations, all kinds of stuff. You guys, you should go check it out. Again, everything's linked below. If you enjoyed this, please give it a like, and I'll see you next time.